All right, you guys, welcome to the On Fire Empire team call. It is March 5th. Can't believe how fast February went, but we are here in a brand new month. We've got some exciting things happening, some things that just recently came out, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about tonight. But first, I wanted to give a couple shout outs to you can get it all pulled up. I should have had it pulled up before I got on. For all of you guys who rocked February and are already rocking March. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. My internet is wanting to be slow today. All right, you guys, February, we changed 233 lives, you guys. How incredible is that? Freaking amazing. And these ladies here on this board all hit Success Club, meaning they helped at least 3 people get started on their journey last month. We have Shelby Frost at 26, Ashley Lamberth at 22, Jordan Welk at 20, Amanda Stradley is 16, Jessica Turner 16, myself 14, Callahan Clinton 14, Ashley Ormson 14, Jordan Young and Nicole Allen. Wow, that's a mistype. Sorry. At 12, Lindsay Backus, Emma Stewart, Heather Espinoza, Beth Fox Stoltz, and Holly LaFour Perks, all at 10. Amazing job, you guys. I'm so proud. I know near the beginning of the month, I was like, what is going on? This is not like our February last year. And then you guys, I don't know why I ever doubted, because you picked it up and you just continued to change lives like until the very end. And I'm so freaking proud of you guys. Already at Success Club 5 for March are Chelsea and Shelby, both at Success Club 6. Way to go, ladies. Hit Success Club by the 5th. That's an amazing accomplishment. And these incredible people are already on the board. Lindsay Backus, Melissa Hackett, Brian Vogt, all at Success Club 4 already. One more person to help and hit Success Club this month. So I have no doubt that their numbers will be up in the teens. And then we've got myself, Amy Fernandez, Leslie Sullivan, Katie Covesday, Marianne, Aubrey, Jordan, Jessica, Jordan, Anna, Melissa, Emma, Destiny, and Emily, all at Success Club 2, helping one person already this month. I'm so proud of you guys. And I want to give a shout out to these amazing people who have added coaches to the team already in the last 5 days. Brian has added 2, Mary Hops added 2, and then the rest of the ladies have added at least one person to the team. And I'm so, so very proud. No doubt March is going to be an incredible month. So what we wanted to talk about tonight is focusing on the ultimate portion fix. Everybody know what that is, or that it's available. Yeah. So if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And then we'll have some question and answers at the end. Logan, do you want to unmute yourself too? What do you have pulled up to share? Oh, Aubrey, did you have a question?
I told them to raise their hand if they've purchased it already. So if you guys have already purchased Ultimate Portion Fix, raise your hand so I can kind of get a tally. Okay. Raise your hand if you're planning to order it, but you just haven't got your ish together yet. Okay, there we go. So when this kind of first came out, I was a little like, okay, we have the containers, but what exactly does it mean that makes this ultimate? I didn't really get it, even though we saw the promo video and we get the new Fixate cookbook, which comes out with new recipes and everything. But it wasn't until like we actually got to see the materials like in the test group, and like I don't want to spend a whole lot of time going into all the like nitty gritty details of the program, because Autumn did an incredible national wake up call on it on Monday. So if you haven't watched that, please go make sure you watch that video. And there's also a great video in the Beachbody Champions page where she really like kind of breaks down what the program is all about and like why we all need to be on board with it. But for me personally, like I just realized how much more in depth we get to dive into nutrition with people. Because I don't know if the rest of you kind of struggle with like I do, but I struggle more with coaching my clients on nutrition. Like it's a lot easier for me to coach them on the fitness side of it, because I can be like, well, did you push play? Well, did you follow the modifier? Like maybe we need to switch up your program. But when they come to me with more nutrition-based issues, whether it's emotional eating or sugar addiction, or they're super picky and just like cannot wrap their head around the fact that they need to eat vegetables, like I'm more stuck there, because I don't have like I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm not a dietitian. Like I feel like the extensive training to coach people through nutrition as well as they need me to. And that is what this program dives into. There is so much more, like when 21 Day Fix came out, like that was the program that I signed up with back in 2015. Like back in those olden days, you got like one DVD program and it came with the little containers. And back then it was like, these are your containers. This is the list of food that correlates with this container. You can fill the container with that amount of food and that's how you eat. And that was like basically the depth of it, right? But Ultimate Portion Fix goes into so much deeper, not just how to use the containers, but the first 3 modules of the program, because this is a video-based program, very similar to 2B Mindset, where like they have to sit down and watch. They're shorter videos. They're not long by any means, but it just gives you the knowledge and understanding of why we eat this way. Why, when you fall into category A, you get this many greens and this many reds and so on and so forth. So that way, when you get that person that comes to you and says, well, I eat macros and I get 40 grams of this and whatever grams of this, and my brain freaks out and I'm like, whoa, you're speaking math to me now? And I just like shut down because I speak in colors. Okay. So Ultimate Portion Fix helps bridge that gap, because we do eat according to macros. We're just used to counting it as colorful containers instead of grams. That just like, I shut down. It's too much math for me. Counting calories is too much math for me. So we get to count the little containers. But yeah, like what Jordan said, like what's really, really cool about the container system, and especially Ultimate Portion Fix, is it does give more structure than say 2B Mindset. 2B Mindset is a little bit more of a freedom program, and I think that it's great because certain programs are going to fit different people's lifestyle better, but there is a really great way to marry the two of them together. And it's been a hot topic in the like 5-star and above group that Haley and I are in, the roundtable, where some people like live and die by 2B Mindset since it's been launched. And they're like, I don't even feel like I can launch Portion Fix because like I do 2B and that's all I live and breathe by. But there really is a good way to marry the two together. And a good video was shared that we should probably share into the team page on how to kind of coordinate the two together. But what's really neat about Portion Fix is that it gives the structure that a lot of people need, saying like, this is kind of the portions and everything that you need to eat, but it gives you the freedom in you get to choose like what kind of food goes in that container. Like, it doesn't have to be like you have a yellow container, so you have to eat a sweet potato or you have to eat brown rice. Like, you get to choose what kind of carb goes in that yellow. You get to choose what kind of protein goes in that red container. So you have the freedom to kind of choose the foods that you want to fill them. So you have that flexibility, but then you have the structure of knowing how much of each thing you need to kind of eat per day. I'm going to share my screen really quick. For those of you who haven't purchased Ultimate Portion Fix yet, this is going to, oh, that's something else that I'm working on. Hold on. So Ultimate Portion Fix shows up in Beachbody On Demand, but it's under the nutrition tab. And as part of, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but as part of this, as part of Ultimate Portion Fix, everyone also gets access to the 21-Day Fix and 21-Day Fix Extreme reshoot workouts. And you do not have to have a Beachbody On Demand account in order to access those workouts. You will access those through this nutrition tab if you're part of the people that have like the like early 21-Day Fix reshoot access. So these are what the videos and the modules look like. So the first couple, she just kind of like walks you through like what it even is, like what's the method behind the containers, why we need to focus on portion control, what does balanced macronutrients mean, and she wants people to not even start using the containers until after they've watched the first 3 full modules. She's like, I want you to watch the first 3 before you even start implementing them, because a lot of people will jump straight into using them without understanding the why behind it and the science behind it. And knowing the why and just having more of that knowledge just helps you stick to it better. Like, she talks in video number 5 about what's your why. And we ask that all the time, you know, like, what's your why? And one thing that she touched on, I believe it was in the National Wake Up Call, was there's a difference in having a goal and then a difference in having a why. Your goal might be to lose 15 pounds so that you look really good and like your bridesmaid's dress for your sister's wedding. But your why is going to be something deeper than that. Your why is going to be like, so that you have the energy to get up off the couch and play with your kids because how you feel right now, you don't have enough energy, or because maybe your family history, maybe you have a loved one who's like really sick from a lifestyle disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and you like know that you need to get your nutrition under control so that you can not go down like the same path that they're going down, you know? So that's the more like deep-seated why versus kind of more of a short-term goal of why you want to do it. Does that make sense? The difference in the goal and the why. And so learning how to kind of start having those conversations with our clients, I think, is really important, because so many people, raise your hand if you started this journey because you wanted to lose like X amount of weight. I know that was like when I signed up, I told her, I was like, okay, yeah, I want to lose 10 pounds. Like, that was my why in the beginning, until I actually realized like that was my goal, my short-term goal, but my why was something so much different. So this is why we kind of like, it just dives into so much more of the emotional side of eating. So module 2, she teaches the 3 different paths. So the first one is the foundational fix. That's the one that a lot of us are super familiar with 21-Day Fix and Fix Extreme, where they tell you how many of each container you get per day, like based on your weight and everything. Timed nutrition is what we got introduced to with 80-Day Obsession, where she tells you which kind of containers to eat at certain times of the day in order to maximize your results. And then the third option is carb cycling. And we learned about this more in 21 Day Fix Extreme, where this is where you want to like shred a little bit right before some sort of event or something where you're going to really cut down on like your fruit and your carbs. And so she teaches you how to eat with the containers when you're scaling down for like a very specific event. And then module 3, she goes into like all your food lists, and it's just so much more in depth than anything we got originally with Portion Fix. So now in module 4, this is when she's going to let you actually start using the containers, and she takes you through the supermarket and walks people through how to actually grocery shop and be successful and not completely undo all of your good work by accidentally choosing items that are, you know, loaded with sugar. She teaches people how to look at labels and look for some of those hidden sneaky ingredients that can be sabotaging, you know, all of your good work that you're doing. Then she goes into meal planning, how to meal plan super basic for beginners, and then how to do meal planning that's a little bit more advanced. She described it as, you know, meal planning based on using like really kind of simple basic recipes, like, you know, I'm going to have my salmon as my red and my green beans as my green and my sweet potato as my yellow. But then in the advanced one, she goes into how to kind of meal plan when you're making like the fixate enchiladas, and the container counts are, even though she lays them out for you, they're a little bit more complicated than, you know, so it's just a little bit more advanced, like per the name. Then in the next 2 videos, she teaches how to meal prep and how she meal preps. Module 5 is where we get the family involved. So this is where if you have kiddos, she teaches how to factor in the containers for a child, and how, and she prefaced this in the video, but she says, this is super important. This is not designed as like a weight loss tool for children. Like if you have a child that you feel like needs to lose weight, that's something that you need to discuss with their pediatrician and with like a registered dietitian that's pediatric, and then circle back to, based on like the information you get from them on like what kind of calorie counts and everything. But what they give here is based on like, you know, give Lucy, for example, like she's a 6-year-old girl, I think. So you take into the fact that she's a girl, her age and her activity level, and then it gives kind of an idea of how many servings of each kind of food group she should be eating per day. How to get your kiddos involved with grocery shopping. And this video 23, Food for Thought, the Psychology of Food, is really interesting because she goes into like the psychology behind why we eat how we do. Like she kind of forces you to go back to your roots and think like, because so many of us adopt food patterns based on how our parents ate, whether we realize it or not. Like if your mom was the type of mom that like whenever you, you know, got an A on a test, they like took you out for ice cream and like celebrated with food. Or if you were sad about something, they like comforted you with your favorite mac and cheese. Or what other kind of examples did she use? If your parent was the kind of parent that like wouldn't eat anything all day except for like one meal at night and then would like kind of raid the pantry, like, you know, those kind of things that we don't necessarily think become ingrained in us, but really do, like without us even really realizing. So she goes into that in that video, and it's super interesting. Module 6, she talks about how to eat out at restaurants, special occasions, if you're traveling, like the holidays, all that kind of stuff. She talks about how to eat according to Ultimate Portion Fix and still stay successful. Module 7, she goes into pregnancy and breastfeeding and how to use the containers in those special circumstances. And then she goes over our supplements. So she talks about Shakeology, the performance line, beach bars, and how all of those integrate into the container system. And then this one is her, she calls it break in case of emergency. If you like hit that wall and you are like not getting the results that you wanted and you're super duper frustrated, this is the video that you come and watch. And she kind of has you take a step back and break down, like, am I doing like X, Y, and Z? Am I following everything the way I'm supposed to? So knowing that video is there in case you have this challenger that comes back to you time and again, it's like uber frustrated that they're not getting results, that could be a really good one to send them. And then these are other ones where she just talks about how to clean up your pantry. These are kind of older ones, how to clean up your pantry and your fridge, and then how she meal preps. So this is just a glimpse into the videos and everything that come along with Ultimate Portion Fix. And then there's just so many more materials, like the workbook, because there is a workbook that you use as you're watching the videos to like take notes and all of that. A daily logbook, which a lot of us have gotten comfortable with using with either 2B Mindset or Transform 20. It's really kind of the similar idea where you kind of keep track of what you're eating for the day, how you're feeling, how much sleep you're getting, how much water you're drinking, what your moods and emotions are. So you can kind of keep track, like, am I having a really crappy day? And did I just like emotionally eat my way through the pantry, and kind of start to connect those dots. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second because I can't see the chat and see if there were any questions or anything that you guys had.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
I was looking at the description of the pack with the certification today, and it said something about, I text Leslie about it, but it said something about being charged like $20 a month starting your second month for like the
Master Series.
Master Series, yeah. What is that all about?
She talks about that in the National Wake Up Call. So my extent of knowledge is basically what she says in the Wake Up Call, but basically it is continuing education that we're going to have for signing up for this certification. So it's $20 a month, and there's going to be, I believe she's going to have just like a group for those of us that have gone through the certification and are like paying the master certification. And they're just going to deep dive into giving us more resources on how to help our clients with nutrition. There is going to be more, there's some sort of tool, like social media, something that they're giving it. Do you remember, Haley?
I just heard something about social media that whoever gets certified gets, but I didn't understand what it was.
Let me dig for just a second, and I'll come back to that, because there was a post from Carl that I read, so let me go find that really quick.
Somebody asked if this, like what Logan was showing us, is what everybody gets, or if that's just like who gets certified. And that is what everybody gets. That is the Ultimate Portion Fix program. So when they sign up for that, they get it all. They get all the courses, they get all the workbooks, they get all the logbooks, to really dive deeper into help them learning about their nutrition. And then the certification part is like goes even deeper for us to be able to help them through it. So that was one of the questions. Is there anything else? And I think we've talked a lot about, I mean, you guys, essentially this is so similar to 2B Mindset, but it's just gonna provide nutritional answers to a very structured mind, right? There's people who love to be mindset and love to have that freedom and love to visualize what's on their plate and love to go by her mantras, you know, and have and just really do well with that. And then there's people that really want the structure and really want to be told exactly what to eat. Heck, with the time nutrition, they want to be exactly told when to eat it. And that's okay. Like anytime we've learned about, you know, personalities, when we talk about, you know, interacting with different people, it's the same thing. Like people are going to do well with one or the other. And now we have both in a like course form where they can really learn and dive deeper into it. So I think that's really awesome that we can serve both types of people that way. Any other questions while Logan is looking for that explanation about the social media? So one thing that comes with all of this, Logan touched on, is the access to the live reshoot filming of 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is perfect because I don't know if you guys know this, but this is the 5-year anniversary. So 21 Day Fix came out 5 years ago. That is when the portion containers were introduced. Before this, it was similar meal plans, right? All based on macronutrients and whatever, but we didn't have the ease of the containers. And so that's where this came into play. And so it's just like coming full circle for 21 Day Fix. And now we're getting to dive deeper into the nutrition part. And because the platform of having the live workouts, the new workouts each day has gone so well with, you know, since 80 Day Obsession and Lift 4 and Transform 20, they thought this is the perfect time to go back to a program that so many people love and started with and have such a great foundational base with their fitness, and go back and refilm it live. So I'm really excited about that, to get to be a part of that test group, because it's going to be it's not going to be exactly the same. We're not going to hear the same jokes over and over again. So that's something else that anybody, like Logan said, anybody who signs up with the Ultimate Portion Fix is going to get access to that, regardless if they have a Beachbody On Demand membership or not. So that's a really cool perk. Every day will be different, like 80 Day Obsession. From what I understand, it's going to be the live format, just like 80 Day Obsession and Lift 4 and Transform 20, where it's day 1 through day 21, and then we'll start over at day 1 again, and they'll go through and refilm 21 Day Fix Extreme. So,
and the other thing, so it is going to be a little different from the DVD format in the fact that Autumn gets to play around now with the intensity of the workouts. So she said the first week of 21 Day Fix is going to look pretty much just like the regular like 21 Day Fix DVD. But she said what happened was when she created Extreme, because of how the program was back then, like it was like a different workout every day for 7 days, but then you just repeat the same one for 3 weeks. And she said what happened was I had 21 Day Fix down here, and then Extreme, she said the workouts in that one is easily the most difficult workout program as far as like moves and everything that she's ever created. So there was this big gap between the two. So her plan is to start 21 Day Fix at the normal, like with the normal like 21 Day Fix workout, and then the second week it's going to ramp up a little bit, and then the third week ramp up a little bit, and then when we get to Extreme, she's going to dial the first week down a smidge, and then it'll pick back up to like the normal like Extreme. So that way it's not like two like completely different levels. They kind of are going to merge a little bit better. And it's going to be cool again because it's not the same program. They're the same workout that's happening over and over. And those start April 1st.
Yeah.
So I like personally, and this is honestly just a limiting belief in my own head, I know, but I struggle with leading with nutrition first when it comes to, enrolling people. I like naturally lead with the fitness because that's just like, that was the solution that I needed. Well, I obviously needed the nutrition too, but like, that was what got me in the door. And so, I mean, I did okay with the 2B Mindset launch, even though I was so confused and like didn't even really understand like what the program was. So I feel better with Ultimate Portion Fix, at least knowing, like having a basis of the containers and how to use them. But I'm so excited, you guys, to capitalize on the reshoot of 21 Day Fix and Fix Extreme, because so many of us have experience with those programs. Raise your hand if you've done either the 21 Day Fix or 21 Day Fix Extreme. So so many of us already have experience with those. We probably already have transformation photos from like the old. So you get to really think of this as you get to be part of the original test group, like for this new reshoot of these new programs. And so for me, even though I'll obviously give people the option to, if they're not ready to do workouts, they can start with nutrition only, but I'm honestly leaning towards really putting my focus into recruiting people to do the new round of 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. And then bonus, they get this like awesome updated nutrition like along with it. So I don't know if anybody else was kind of like in their head about just recruiting to a nutrition program or like what to do with them once, like if they just signed up for nutrition, as far as like your challenge groups and stuff like that. But that is my plan, as I'm really going to be focusing on leading with getting them into the 21 Day Fix group. You've never done the original 21 Day Fix? Oh my gosh.
It's because remember how I had the dusty old extreme video sitting on my thing, and when I signed up with you, and then when BOD came out, by that time like there was just a new program always coming out, and so just never went back and did it. So I only did extreme once, and it was right at the beginning of my journey, and it was on DVD. So I'm excited to do the original.
I think something else that's really cool is that, it's going to be available the 17th for people who are not. Okay, Logan, if people sign up as a coach today, they can sign up with the Ultimate Portion Fix, right?
Correct.
Okay. So honestly, they could sign up with the Ultimate Portion Fix today. They could have an entire month to focus on their nutrition and get the courses down and get the containers under their belt before they go into the live 21 Day Fix. Or you could start them with 21 Day Fix, because I feel like
they could start with a round of regular 21 Day Fix.
Like the regular 21 Day Fix, and then it'll be a smooth ramp up into the live filming, and then they could finish with like the regular 21 Day Fix Extreme. Like I think it's going to be really cool, a really cool progression for people. So.
And it's really cool because even though we sort of live in our little Beachbody bubble and think that everybody knows, like we all think everybody already knows what the containers are and what they're used for and 21 Day Fix and everything, like people don't know. There are so many people out there that have no idea what it is, but if people do identify with any sort of Beachbody program, a lot of them will identify with 21 Day Fix and they'll recognize that name. So the more excited you are about the fact that we get to be part of this like new launch and test group, and the fact that they get to be part of the original filming and everything of it too, like the more excited you are, the more excited people are going to be to join you. And joining with something like 21 days, I know for me, I was like, okay, I can do 21 days. I can stick to something for 21 days, and then I'm probably going to return everything because it's not going to work, but that's okay because I'm going to try it for 21 days. Like, that was my mentality when I started, starting with a longer program. I didn't have that belief in myself that I was going to be able to stick with something longer. So this program's just, the original has been such a game changer for so many people. I mean, there are people, you guys, that have done 20 rounds of 21 day fix, like over and over for like a year, and lost 100 pounds, So think about, like, if you've been a coach for a year or two, like, think about all the possible people that have done 21 day fix, like in your challenge groups and stuff in the past, and maybe they've fallen off, and like, this is just a perfect opportunity to reach back out to them. And yeah. Anybody else have any questions or any like ideas, anything that you are excited for the launch? Something I guess that we can talk about before we go into more questions is I was trying to figure out the best way for us to launch this as a team. And so I'm putting together a Google doc that just kind of like has all the information in one spot, as far as like the FAQs, where you guys can go to like find answers about the ultimate portion fix and about the 21 day fix and fix extreme reshoots. There are some links to calls where Autumn gives more information about the program if you're needing more information. There are some transformations that have come out of the test group that are there that you can share with people. And there's also just going to be some kind of like conversation and script guides if you need those for like some examples for how to talk to people. But instead of doing like an actual launch info group like we did with the last couple programs, like with Live 4 and Transform 20, we've kind of decided to go away from that, just to have you guys just have a little bit more experience with having conversations with people, because especially with this nutrition program, like, you're going to need to be able to dive in a little bit deeper in conversation to find out like where more of their struggle is. Like, are they an emotional eater? Are they, do they have a sugar addiction? Do they have a problem with eating fast food every day? So we'll share the like kind of conversation guides on how to like kind of get conversations started with people. But then I want to encourage you guys, at least what I like to do when I have someone who is interested in the program and they want a little bit more information, I will share the video with them that's in the back office that's like less than 3 minutes or something like that, so that Autumn can explain like what the program is, so it's not me word vomiting all over them. And then if they come back and say, that sounds great, like, how much does it cost? Then Haley is working on a PDF that you can send to your client that's just going to walk through like a few more details of the program and what the different packages are available, and then they can just like kind of choose from there. Do you have that kind of ready to share or not yet?
I have Kate's that have like the prices, and then I haven't gone back in yet to put the information because she was going to send me her editable one so we can make it more cohesive. I mean, I can share. I do have it pulled up though. Let's see. Or I did at least. I have entirely too many things open. This tends to be a frequent issue. So this is just like the pricing of the different packages, and it has just a list of what all they get. So the basics, the nutrition and fitness, and then nutrition and performance. And then at the beginning, like Logan said, put in just a few more details about the program. We'll share some transformation pictures with it, and then that way they can get a little more in-depth information without us having to word vomit. We can just send them the PDF. So we've done it before in a form, and that's worked really well too. But we're going to try the PDF this time and just send it that way. And yeah, give you guys the information to send to your people and our people. Any other questions? Are y'all excited? Yeah, I am too. Is everybody, okay, now, is everybody on here have either purchased it already or plan on purchasing it soon? Better see all the hands. Yeah, now that you know a little bit more about it, feel a little more comfortable. I just think it's such a great tool. Like you guys, I was talking with one of my coaches today, and we were just discussing just trying to figure out like what we were going to start promoting and how we were struggling to promote something that we weren't doing and taking our customers through it. And I was like, you know what, the most important thing to your business is that you are having a successful personal journey. And if you're doing a program you don't love, you're not going to have a successful personal journey. And sometimes we just kind of have to fess up and be like, you know what, this program isn't for me. Thank gosh I have like this amazing Netflix of workouts that I can go back to one that I love and get me the results that I love. And just thinking about this is just another tool to add to our toolbox. Yeah, we already have the portion control containers, but how many times, like Logan said, does someone come and ask you, like, you know, you're like, hey girl, how's this week going? Anything you're struggling with? And it's almost always something about the nutrition over the fact that they can't push play, right? It's always something. And it's like, oh, sorry girl, I know that's hard. Keep trying. And so now I feel like this is going to be a lot more tangible tools for us to be able to guide our customers more in depth to help them with their nutrition needs. Whether it's Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset, you know, depending on who that person is. But I just feel like this is something we all need to have and all need to be able to take our customers through it and take ourselves through it. Shoot, I need to like dive back into the containers and really figure out like why I continuously go back to some of my old like emotional eating habits. Like they are still here 4 years into this journey. Like, you know, I think so many of us need to really go through the course ourselves. And so I encourage you guys to do this with us and to get people on board to do it with you. Get excited about the reshoot a 21-day fix. Like everybody loves to be a part of a test group. And the cool thing about this one is that we all get to do it together. It's not like a couple people get to do it and then the program gets released. We all get to do it together. So there's so many things to be excited about. And the key is, if you're excited about it, the people watching you are going to be excited about it, and they're going to want to do whatever it is you are doing.
Haley, can I like piggyback off that and put Holly on the spot? Sorry, Holly. So we had one of our coaches ask a question in like my personally sponsored thread, well, my downline thread today, and she was like, what if like I still struggle with nutrition? Like we were all talking about like getting certified, we were all excited about it, and she was like, I feel like I'm so like struggling with nutrition, like I have no business giving people advice on nutrition, like just like what you were saying. I felt like Holly had like the best reply to this, like nailed it. So Holly, would you share it, please?
Yes. It's the same idea, you guys, as how I took everybody on my journey with Transform 20. We've talked about this. We talked about it last week. Sorry to go back to it, but you have to take people on the journey with you. You have to be vulnerable. You have to tell them what's going on. Not real with them. They're going to know you're bullshitting them. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but it's true. You need to hear it. So honestly, what I said was show people that you struggle. Tell them what you struggle with. Give them updates every week. Do not hide. Be real, be vulnerable, be honest. Tell them everything about your nutrition. Tell them, well, I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I did this, but I'm going to be better tomorrow or next week by doing this. My plan. I have a plan. Do this with me. I promise it together. That's what you got to show them. And I can tell you right now, you're going to have, even if you don't have people sign up right now and have people watching you, more people are going to, and that's going to fill your funnel and it's going to get people's attention. I know that sounds crazy and it's really hard to be transparent sometimes because you're really scared that you're going to fail and you're going to fall on your face and everybody's going to see it. But if you fall flat on your face, you can get back up and you can show them that just because you failed, it doesn't mean you quit. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So just think about it, you guys.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and we'll see you guys next week. No, that's so true though, you guys. We talk about that all the time. Like, you start sharing your journey, start coaching from the very beginning before you are your after picture, right? And shoot, I mean, there's a lot of us who have been here for several years, and like, I feel like I'm still taking people on my journey because I'm not done. Like, this is not, like, I feel like there's no end, right? So I think this is just like Holly said, like, we're going to start this nutrition, like in-depth nutrition with the containers. Like, hey, come figure this out with me. And, you know, and we'll hold each other up whenever we find ourselves like randomly going through the Chick-fil-A line and you're like, how did I get here? Not that that's ever happened to me, ever, but it's fine. So, all right, you guys. All right. So, game plan. Everybody needs to get Ultimate Portion Fix. I encourage you guys to get certified. I don't know the ins and outs of the certification quite yet, but I love that you're going to get, you know, the extra support from Autumn to help your challengers through it. You know, and it's going to be one of those things where if for whatever reason you're not finding the value in continuing that certification, you can cancel it. But I'm really excited to you guys. Autumn is really passionate about her groups. I don't know if you guys have ever been in any, like maybe the 80-day obsession group with her, but like in this Ultimate Portion Fix test group, y'all, she was live in there at least once a day, if not more, because she's so passionate about wanting to make sure we understand what we are taking our clients through and that we're going through it too. So I'm excited just to get that more personal, more in-depth look on how to help our challengers with it and everything. So I hope you guys consider that as well. We're all going to be going through 21 Day Fix reshoot live. Super exciting. How long is the certification process? Do you know that question, Logan? We will get back to you, Amy. I do not know, but we will let you know. And if you find it before us, let us know. Oh, that's exciting. Jordan. All right. I bet. Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading the FAQ really quick.
Good.
So it says the Ultimate Portion Fix Master Coach Training Group is a group designed for coaches who have purchased the certification With certification, coaches will get a deeper dive into the program, soft skills training, and social media marketing tools so you have the confidence to more successfully attract new customers, run challenge groups, and personalize the program to each and every customer, elevating their experience so they get better results. The group is available to coaches who purchase certification along with their Ultimate Portion Fix Challenge Pack or Kit, and will run from March 4th to April 7th. You'll get an email after you purchase your certification on how to get into the group. The content officially starts March 4th and runs until April 7th. And then it looks like people just get added on a rolling basis.
Aubrey says they recommend that you complete the certification in 2 to 3 weeks, and then you have to pass an exam certified. So. All right, you guys. Any more info there, Logan? In there? No. Okay. And that sounded like that was mainly about the support group on Facebook, the certification group on Facebook. And Aubrey said that was FAQ for 22. Renee, are you talking?
I was just going to say, was for those of us that are going on the cruise, there's an opportunity to get certified on the cruise, right?
Oh, no.
Lindsay saw something on the schedule about it, so to check. I don't know if that's something
too, Renee. I had seen that. I don't know specifics though.
Get certified live with Autumn, that wouldn't be too bad.
All right.
I don't know how well we'd be taking all the exams when we are booze cruising, but for being honest. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. How long does I think it goes on just like forever, the $19.95 monthly fee, unless you decide to cancel. Carl was saying that his goal is to train everybody in there who's certified like well enough that you should be attracting at least 10 new customers a month with just Ultimate Portion Fix was his goal.
All right, you guys. Good call, good information, exciting things to come. Get out your containers. Start, you don't have to sit here and be like, this is my red container and I put my meat in here and this is my green container. But you guys, you can start showing them in your stories. You can start showing them in your posts where they're by your food, or maybe in the background, where you can start creating some of that curiosity. You guys know how to do social media, but anyway.
And if you're a newer coach, this is a perfect opportunity to just start by making kind of a public commitment, we call it like a commitment post, that you are on a health and fitness journey, and this is what you are doing as far as dialing in your nutrition. You're excited for these 30-minute workouts that you get to do at home. You don't have to make it super complicated or anything, but you just have to start talking about it, because if you aren't talking about it, people aren't going to know. And one thing that we always recommend is don't feel like you have to build your business 100% entirely on social media. Everybody knows humans in real life that you see on a daily basis that are your friends and your family, and everybody needs healthy nutrition like this in your life. So just start talking to people about it. Believe in the gift that health and fitness is, and we get to be the people that pass those tools on to other people to help live happier and healthier lives. So don't hold it back.
That's awesome, Amy. All right, you guys. Go invite. Go change lives. We'll see you guys in the team page. Thanks for hanging out tonight.